Hello everyone and welcome back to the Blackford Book Club on the banks of the River Severn in beautiful, beautiful Ironbridge. Occasionally I am lucky enough to do a couple of things. Oh well, hopefully more than a couple of things. One of them would be to visit beautiful Ironbridge, and when you see that backdrop, can you blame me? And number two, I'm an occasional contributor to the longest running and still running for over 28 years Liverpool fanzine Red all over the land, and I write a column entitled Yesterday's Paper, and so my retrospective match reports fit perfectly for that particular publication. And although I've actually read this from my laptop for volume 2 of this particular series, I thought, as I'm in Ironbridge, I may as well read it for your pleasure all over again. As long-term readers will attest, I was bathed in the mighty Red of Liverpool from an early age, and as such you'd imagine this brief retrospective match report would centre firmly on my footballing favourites. However, apart from two very late in the game half chances falling to my hero Kenny Dalglish, and one from a mistake from an otherwise majestic Tottenham Captain Steve Perryman, Liverpool were clearly dreadful on this day nearly 40 years ago. From the scant highlights I've just seen, for the first time in over 4 decades, they deserve little else than the comprehensive 2-0 defeat inflicted by a rampant home side. The Reds needed just a point to wrap up their 14th English League title, but with Manchester United only drawing at Norwich City on the same day, the required point was immaterial and Liverpool wrapped up the title anyway. But on a day, they were thoroughly and comprehensively outplayed. As with the other retrospective currently in my archives, I hadn't seen the fuller highlights of this game and just the 2 goals over the past near 40 years, and what struck me as I revisited this via YouTube recently was the typical blood and thunder of an English top division game, as well as the complete dominance that Tottenham exerted, and a Tottenham team containing so many footballing names of both then and indeed now. In addition to the magnificent displays from their captain Steve Perryman and a very young Gary Mabbott, their team contained ex-Liverpool Red Ray Clements in goal, and in a rather fetching dark blue goalkeeping jersey too, Chris Hughton, Graham Roberts, and the fast attacking threats from Steve Archibald, Tony Galvin, Alan Brazil, and the mercurial Glenn Hoddle. Liverpool too were virtually at full strength with their Scottish backbone of Alan Hansen, Graham Souness and Kenny Dalglish, aided and abetted by league-winning veterans such as Bruce Grobbelaar, Phil Neal and Ian Rush. But from the first whistle until virtually the last knockings of a fast-paced game, Tottenham was seemingly in full control and fully deserving of the 2 points that were then on offer for a win. Although the 2 Tottenham goals would appear in the second half, the template for the game was settled very early in the first half, with Glenn Hoddle, socks already nearing his ankles, pulling the strings and splaying passes beautifully around a packed White Hart Lane. Alongside Hoddle was his busy bee-like captain Perryman and Mabbott in midfield, and the trio continually set Tony Galvin in motion on the wing, or with incisive passes to the front 2 strikers of Brazil and Archibald. Liverpool didn't feature as an attacking threat at all in the first half, as first Hoddle released Archibald before he fired over Grobbelaar's crossbar, and Hoddle himself fizzing a fantastic strike just past the Liverpool goalkeeper's post. With Liverpool struggling to gain any foothold in the game, Mabbott set Brazil clear, who saw his fierce shot well saved by a busy Grobbelaar, and the first half closed at 0-0, only due to the wonderful goalkeeping skills of Grobbelaar, who saved well from a rasping high shot from Tony Galvin. Inside just 7 second half minutes, Tottenham were 2 goals to the good and the game effectively over, as slack Liverpool defending allowed a brilliant cross from Hoddle to find a bullet header from Steve Archibald, and then the Liverpool defence parted like the Red Sea for Archibald to run through on goal and slot home a coolly taken second goal past a helpless Grobbelaar. The 2 half chances for Dalglish were at the dying embers of a game that Tottenham could and should have won more comprehensively. Gary O'Reilly saw a great shot beaten away by Grobbelaar, a flick header from Archibald saw him narrowly miss his hat-trick, before a Mabbott volley from just outside the area dipped over the bar. Hoddle again thundered a fantastic drive from outside the penalty area, but directly at Grobbelaar, and the very impressive Mabbutt again drove narrowly past the upright of Grobbelaar's goal. The result though was immaterial on the day, and Liverpool were crowned as champions of England for the 14th time, and this precious silverware was added to the Charity Shield and the League Cup previously won in the 1982-1983 season. Tottenham would eventually qualify for European football the following season, leading to their famous UEFA Cup final triumph in a penalty shootout over their Belgian opponent Anderlecht. And the editor has added, kindly, "This piece has been adapted from an article originally written with a quill." Thank you, Mr. Editor. And that's come from Read All Over the Land, Liverpool's only independent fanzine, now running for over 28 years. A fanzine I used to collect avidly in my much younger days, and of which now, strangely and very, very, very pleasingly, I'm an occasional contributor for. I've also got some props again, because I'm here on the banks of the River Severn in beautiful Ironbridge, and I'm just trying to sell my book on Liverpool Football Club, Chasing the Impossible and a Sword of Damocles. It's a book I'm immensely proud of. It's a very thick book, look at the size of it, and look how beautiful it is. Look at that. Who wouldn't want this for a Christmas present? Go on, buy it, it's nearly Christmas. Go on, it's nearly Easter. It's the middle of October, go on, treat yourself. Go on, buy it. Anyway, I'm just trying to get some more traction to a self-published book that traditional publishers simply refused to even read my manuscript. And so I self-published it and was damned, just to see what sort of response I would get. It's a book I'm immensely proud of, and I'm just trying to get some traction and some sales, and to poke the eye of the traditional publishers who didn't want to read my manuscript. Here it is again, Chasing the Impossible and a Sword of Damocles, available on Amazon. Go on, buy it, treat yourself. Right, thanks very much for watching. Peace everyone, and solidarity, and thank you for joining me on the banks of the River Severn. Thanks for watching everyone, please take care. Peace everyone.